This is the Life's Journey with Best Friends podcast. Listen as two best friends for over 40 years share our experiences, insights, and unique stories. Well, welcome back. It's been a few weeks since we've recorded, so welcome back to Life's Journey with Best Friends, and we're trying something a little different this time. We are also recording ourselves so that maybe we can post online as well, so you can see us and, I don't know, associate a face
Judge
with
us.
the voice. Yeah, right. So Diana, how are you?
BFFers, we've missed you.
Diana, I have to say your hair looks beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I did it
Nice.
myself, actually.
Looks really good.
Thank you.
So yeah, it's been 3 weeks, like I was saying, since we recorded. So a lot has happened in those 3 weeks. We've had Halloween. We've all been sick. We've done a couple of different getaways. So I think we need to start out a little bit with, how was your Halloween? How was the kids' Halloween, Diana?
It was fun. The kids trick-or-treated here. So it was kind of nice. They went out as a group. It was Billy and Meg, the two littles, and then Jason, Lauren, and Will. They all went out together.
Oh, that's nice. Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
it was fun.
Yeah,
they had a good time.
Oh, good.
What
Yeah,
did they dress up as?
yeah, what were their
So
costumes?
Bree was Rapunzel. She looked wicked cute. I have pictures I can send you. And Mason was supposed to be Scream, but he lost his mask. And so Meg on the day of Halloween had to go out and buy him a new costume, so he was a policeman.
Oh, well, that works. So yeah, we had Zane. He came to our neighborhood and trick-or-treated. He was Spider-Man. He wouldn't wear the mask though, but he had
Of course
this cute
not.
little
Jason,
bodysuit.
when Jay was little, he wouldn't wear the costume, so we called him Peter Parker.
That's
I remember
awesome.
the year Lauren was Spider-Man.
Oh my God, she loved it. She came out like,
She was so
it
cute.
was so funny.
So
it was
cute.
hysterical.
That's awesome. And so we had mentioned a few weeks ago that I was going to take a pumpkin and carve out a little bit of a face and put peanut butter on it and let the squirrels at it. So I have pictures of like when I started, in the middle of it. Like I have 4 pictures and I'll send it. Maybe we can post it because it just got so sad. I don't know if there was something wrong with the pumpkin. I mean, there were animals all around walking around it and they weren't touching it. So I don't know.
You have bougie animals in your neighborhood.
Maybe they didn't like your peanut butter.
Yeah.
Did you have diet peanut butter or something?
Yeah, I should have used an all natural brand, I guess. I don't know. But yeah,
Teddy's
it was
peanut
pretty
butter.
I would
sad.
have used Jif.
I would look at it every day. It was awful. And also within this time, Diana was sick twice. My
Twice.
husband was sick. I was sick. And this is a big sigh because my husband tried this remedy. Because when he gets sick, it ends up in his lungs. So he read somewhere if you put slices of onions on the bottom of your feet, it's supposed to help.
Dumb.
Well, mind you,
How
he
do you
says it
walk?
helped. So the first
Squishy.
time he did it, he was still working. So he was walking around so he put them on the bottom of his feet, wrapped them with like saran wrap or something, and then put socks on. Well, he was walking around the house
With the
and I did
smelly
think
onions in
twice.
his socks?
Oh,
How do you
Diana,
walk?
he was sick, so he was cold, so he put a blanket on him and we're watching TV. He whips the blanket off and I was dying. I think the
Did it
dog
smell like
barked.
Italian sub?
Worse, worse, like, oh, and I made him wash his feet before he came to bed. It was awful.
Oh, I would too.
So
I wouldn't let him get into bed with
the
oniony
next
feet.
night, he put them on
Onion
before he
feet.
went to bed. And that was okay because I couldn't smell them because he had smushed them when he was walking around. Oh, I smelled onions for
Gross.
days. I can't. I can't.
I Noelle had told me this story like a few weeks ago, and so I happened to be scrolling on TikTok, and I found this girl. She was Amish, and she does all her home remedies, and it was onions, slice them up, but you put them on your chest, not your feet.
Oh,
So
no.
I had heard
I
back a while back that someone told me to put Vicks on the bottom of your feet and socks and
Yeah.
go to bed.
It
Never
supposedly
onions.
pulls out toxins and stuff. I'm not showing Dave the one to put on his chest because I don't want him to do that.
He'll be
No,
in
thank
bed
you.
with the onions on his chest.
And Noelle will
Diana,
have a
remember
smell,
when
not
we
smell.
Diana, do you remember when we made the onion rings?
Onion rings
I was
at my
so
house.
sick.
We did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that was funny.
I do remember
What was it,
that.
like sophomore
But they were
year?
good. Was that
Yeah,
sophomore
we
year?
had some batter, like some mix. I think so. So we made our own onion rings, and I ate so many, I literally got sick. I was so
Oh,
sick
that's
from them. I couldn't
Yeah.
eat onion rings for the longest time after that.
Yeah,
and not
I
being at your
remember.
own house, that's so uncomfortable, you know?
Yeah,
She was
Ugh.
at my she was at my house.
but I
And I didn't wake
digress.
up. And I didn't wake up,
I
so
got up, I got sick, I went back to bed.
yeah.
Story of
Never
my
heard a
life.
thing.
Again, we haven't talked about this in a little bit. So, Diana, how's your weight loss journey going?
So, I mean, it's the same. You just reminded me I got to do my shot tonight. But yeah, I've kind of stayed the same, so you know, it is what it is.
But you're still taking the shot and you're not losing anything?
But I'm not gaining anything.
All right.
So,
Well, that's interesting. So,
yeah.
I guess it's helping you maintain.
Yeah, it's helping you. That's what it does. That's you
Okay.
maintain. But
Gotcha.
I'm
That
going back to my old place that I had really good success with. So, hopefully I'll start to lose. I really want to lose another 20 pounds. So
Wow,
we'll see
that's a
how it
lot.
goes.
But okay.
I was reading an article that was saying you can kind of mimic what a Ozempic does or any of the semaglutides do. You can, by eating more oatmeal, barley, and things like that, that it has the same effect on your insulin. I'll send you the article, but it was interesting. So I've been trying to eat more oatmeal and make
I love
barley and
oatmeal.
Diana
incorporate
I
it
have
won't
into
eat
oatmeal.
salads.
barley. Diana won't eat that kind of crap.
I eat oatmeal. I like oatmeal.
Yeah.
I don't like barley. I don't know what that is, to be honest
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah, I mean, you could just put it in a salad or something like couscous, like same idea.
Yeah. Okay. I would never
Yeah.
eat it.
So I got a little. So my
So
weight
wait, let's
loss
talk
journey.
about your diet.
So my weight loss journey and like this week's fixation kind of go hand in hand, but I have to tell this story. I love The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I love him. So he
Me too.
posted his Halloween costume. I don't know if you all saw it, but he was basically David Beckham.
Oh,
Okay.
really?
So yeah, it was kind of funny. He had this wig on and it was very basic. But he wrote on the caption 265-pound Blamo and Beckham. I don't know, whatever, however he pronounced it. And I stopped and I was like, wait a minute. That man is 6'5". I'm 5'3". He only weighs 10 pounds more than me? What the absolute fuck? I was like, I didn't know. I was speechless. I was like, yeah, that really should kick my ass, if not anything else. Like, come
Now,
on. The Rock.
when do you go to your diet
November
There he
20th.
is.
Hmm?
Can you
Yeah.
guys see it?
Huh?
Can you see
No,
the picture?
Oh, there it is. Yes.
it hasn't come up on mine yet.
That's awesome.
I can't see him.
Yeah, so
Still
David
thinking.
Beckham said he's going to be The
I
Rock
didn't see
next
it.
year for Halloween.
Oh, that's funny.
That'd be funny.
Yeah, so it was kind of eye-opening. Not that anything else is. But so Julie and I will talk a little bit more about our yoga retreat. But I've kind of still been following it, and I've lost 4 pounds.
Wow.
Excellent.
Yeah, yeah, and I feel really, really good. And I'll explain why. But yeah, it's was pretty interesting. So I was really happy that
I'm
because you
so
always
glad I
say,
didn't go.
"Oh, I'm
So
gonna,
glad I didn't
keep this
go.
up."
So glad I didn't
What did you?
go.
It was good. We'll tell you all
I
about
would
it,
have
but I
hated
really
it.
got a lot out of it. Oh, we laughed
Oh,
our
we knew
asses
you
off,
would have
but
hated it.
and half of
I
it was
probably would
saying
have laughed
Diana
my
would hate
asses off.
this.
My ass off.
Oh,
We
we were
did.
cracking ourselves up,
We
Silent
really did.
breakfast, I
but we
would
had a
have
good
never
time.
made it through.
So, all right, we might as well talk about it. So, the last couple of weeks, Julie and I went on a yoga retreat for a few days, and Diana went on a bachelorette excursion. You were
Well, I wasn't
away.
a full bachelorette for me. Like I was chaperoning per se.
How were you
You know what I mean?
chaperoning someone that was getting married?
Well, no, I was keeping Amy company, who was there because it was her daughter.
Oh, okay. But that was
Like
awesome
It
that
like
they
me
wasn't
and
like
you,
invited.
we
Noelle,
weren't wild
for
and crazy. You know what I mean? We had fun. We did everything that they did, but we were like, we had a great time.
you were making
But go
sure
ahead.
nobody got
Sorry.
into too much trouble.
Yeah.
So Julie and I went to this wonderful place. We're not going to name the place just because we don't want to do that.
You
But
don't want to
it
get
And
was
then
great.
sued.
they're not paying us, so
Yeah,
You don't
it
want to get
was.
sued.
So we got there, and and
we
you
could
have
we
to
could set
understand. Just
this. Yeah, we
follow
could
my
set the
story.
stage that we can at least say, if you know Massachusetts, the Berkshires are Western Massachusetts. It's one of the most beautiful areas,
Yeah,
scenic, and we
You
were
had a
there
great
at
weekend too, the
yeah,
weather-wise.
oh, absolutely beautiful. End of October,
yeah,
it
we
was
totally
It was
did.
like
unusually warm,
70 and 80, right?
and
Yeah,
the fall colors were at their peak.
yeah,
So absolutely the most beautiful, serene place you could be. Perfect backdrop for all of this.
yeah, absolutely. So we get there, and it's very earthy, crunchy, which I expected. Everything smells like patchouli. What? But whatever. And everyone is super nice, and
Hippie-ville.
So nice.
they're smiling and they're saying hi, and it's wonderful. And so you
Did
have
anybody
classes
hand
that
you out flowers and play the banjo or the
no,
tambourine?
banjo, no.
No,
Tambourine,
Hare
I meant.
no
Krishnas.
tambourine.
So they have these classes that you go to. They're about an hour and a half long. You have a little break in between, and it's nothing is rushed. And when it's time for meals, nothing else goes on. It's not like they have classes during meals. They're trying to explain to you that you need to enjoy your food and sit there and kind of some of it was a little weird, but look at it and realize who made it for you and all of this stuff. And I was like, yeah, whatever, right?
Show
So,
gratitude.
and it's all organic and some of it is vegan. So I tried
Okay.
everything. Diana, I think you would have ate bananas all weekend. I don't think you
Really?
would have been able to eat. No, no.
It was not bad, but
I loved
it
it.
was nothing to write home about. Like it was all pretty basic. It was vegetables, and it was um they did have some meat
Vegetables.
things,
Real meat or no?
yeah, real
Yeah, there
Vegan
meat.
was
They
meat.
had like a turkey meatloaf. It was real.
that was
That was
good.
actually pretty good.
Yep.
They
Okay.
had some chicken, like barbecue chicken or something, teriyaki chicken.
Teriyaki.
Um, but nothing processed, so it's
Yeah.
That's good
plant-based
though.
and
That's not
some
It
meat
bad.
was. It
options.
was all organic.
Yeah, and it wasn't like a Top Chef made it. It was kind of like, you could do it at
No,
home,
Yeah.
no. And I
which
was
maybe is
fine
the
with it
point,
because
you know.
yeah, I thought it was really good, and it's not heavily seasoned because not everyone likes it, but they had plenty of seasonings on the table and stuff, and you had juices and coffee and teas and all stuff like that. So we go to our one of our first classes, and she's talking to us. And this one you have to bring a notebook to. And she's like, okay, so write down a
What
word
if you didn't have a
or a
notebook?
few words of what you want to get out of this class. So I don't know. There's probably about 25, 30 of us in this class. We're sitting in this like moon shaped with chairs and stuff. And this
And she was the most like hippy dippy of all the instructors. The rest of the
Okay.
instructors were really normal, like
Okay.
just really nice, really normal. This was the only one that we were kind of like, all right, she's a little out there.
yeah. And so this young black kid stands up and he's got this tribal shirt on and he's young. And he's like, my 3 words are peace, love, and justice. And Julie and I looked at each other.
We're like,
Is this
right on.
1970? Like, what is going on? Like, what?
But then they're kind of one-upping. Like everybody was trying to be a little more woke than the last person. So the next
Oh my
woman stands
God,
up and she
I would have
goes,
died.
she goes, one word, hope. Noelle and I are cracking up.
Julie and I are sitting next to each other, like eyeing each other, like, oh, don't giggle, don't giggle.
Right,
And
right. Don't
Oh,
look at me. Don't
we
look at
should
me.
not be sitting next to each other.
yeah, and then someone else came out with war. Was it
No,
war?
she said peace is
Oh,
profitable.
Peace
And
is
I'm like,
profitable.
what does that even mean? And people are nodding their head like, yes. And I'm like, what are you even talking about? Oh, so funny.
We were
So
dying.
funny.
So then we go to a gentle yoga class, right? There's 80 of us in this room. So
It's a very full
it's-
Wow,
but
so
it's
it
a
was
big
a lot
room.
of people there.
Yes.
Oh, there
yeah.
were a
Yeah.
lot.
And it was guys
So-
and girls?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
It was, and the majority of the people that were there were white women. And then
There were
was a lot of-
couples.
yeah.
There were some
Yeah, but
But
couples,
there was a lot of different backgrounds, a lot of
different
ethnicities.
ages.
Yeah. So it was really interesting to see like all the different types of people. So it was cool. So before we go to the class, I said to Julie, oh my gosh, I'm so afraid I'm going to fart. So Julie so nicely says, well, if you do, I'll fall on the sword. I'll say it was me. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm good with that. So, excuse me, we get in there. Julie's on my left, and there's one woman on my right. And we're doing all these, getting ready to do all these stretches.
Downward dog.
We're not even 2 minutes in to the class, and someone else farts.
Loud.
Really?
I look at Noelle and she's like, it's not me. I'm like, all right, I'm not taking credit for it then. Oh, and then tell her about the other woman to your right, on your right.
One, so you gotta do.
Oh, Diana,
yeah,
you would have
gotta,
been
move
so
your feet,
happy.
you're benting over and all this stuff. So at one point, I'm looking, the woman's foot is right in my face. I'm like, okay, whatever, I can deal with that. Now we're standing up, and I get this view.
The hairy armpits.
Completely hairy. And I can't stop looking at it. I have no idea what's supposed to be going on in the class. I'm just like, that is the biggest bushy armpit I have ever seen on a woman.
Like
You've been
never
working on
shaved.
it for a
Never
while.
shaved.
No,
That-
I mean,
that's
Dave
a-
doesn't
that's
even
commitment.
feel like that.
That's
It was
years
him
of commitment.
working.
Could she have braided it?
I knew you were going to get Merkin in there somewhere, Noelle.
What is that?
We talked about this. We cut it from the breast cancer episode, but we got into a whole discussion about Merkins. Merkins are like a wig for your nether regions.
Oh,
Look it up.
I will.
So
We'll put a link.
Julie and I go back to the room, and now this dinner was fine. So we go back to the room. We're drinking a bottle of wine, right?
We're not supposed to have it, so it was kind of.
We didn't know that though. I didn't know that till the next
Yeah.
day. We were absolutely pissing ourselves laughing. I don't know how security didn't get called on us because there's no TVs in the room. Diana, I don't know
Oh
what
my
you would have done.
God. How did you fall
No,
asleep without a
Very bare
TV?
bones.
very, very bare bones. I don't sleep with the TV on anyways. And Julie has this thing that she listens to. So, but we were dying laughing. So we each ended up drinking a bottle of wine. We get up the next morning. I noticed this thing on the door on the inside. So, they always have the thing that tells you, oh, in case of emergency, this is your exit. No, this was, please don't drink, don't smoke, don't vape, don't do recreational drugs, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, we're not supposed to be doing any of this. We're like, oh, shit.
What did you
Well,
do with your bottles?
We
we
hid them
washed
in
them
our
and brought them home.
luggage.
Pack it in, pack it out.
So
Noelle's like, it's gonna clank. It's gonna clank when we're leaving. So we're like stuffing the bags.
Yeah, we didn't want to be like that old lady from, remember 16 Candles, the piano player? When she walks and she's swishing. So, anyways, the next day was, I think we got into the groove of it and the understanding of how people are and stuff. But that's when I also noticed more of the one-upmanship on all of those people. It was like, someone, the teacher would ask a question and someone would say, oh, well, when I do vinyasa up in the mountains in 32-degree zero weather, should I be wearing shoes? Like, what? And then someone else as well, when I'm in the desert, I was like, really? They were literally one-upping each other. I was like, oh, that's not okay.
Yeah.
But it was funny to listen to them.
You wonder,
There
like,
was.
do these people have jobs? Like, what do they do? Is this what they?
Yes.
Is this what the wealthy do?
Yoga is their job, it
I don't
sounds
know.
like.
Guess
Well, I
so.
could definitely do that for a job. Just do that all day long and people watch. That was like so
Oh
much
my
fun.
God.
Oh, the
people
people
watching was
watching must have been
great.
fabulous.
It was. But again, like Noelle said at the top, everyone was very nice,
Yes.
really nice. Like went out of their way to make sure they were smiling and hello, and just it was a really positive environment. I will say we were, the first day we got it out of our system, and then we kind of like we were like, okay, we're
Yeah.
in it. And we really enjoyed the classes and everything, between yoga and meditation classes. And I definitely took some things home. We did a tarot reading. We learned how to read our own tarot cards.
Oh, really?
We did an art class where you listen to music and you kind of draw what you're hearing. And I think we did fantastic at that.
Yeah, I thought that was fun. We did silent breakfast twice, Diana. You wouldn't have lived through that.
No, I don't think I
Oh
could
my
have made
gosh.
it.
Noelle,
Honestly.
Noelle had the best observation because there were some couples there, and Noelle's looking around and she goes, "It's like everyone's in a fight. It's like all the
Like they were
couples are having a fight
talking to
and
each
not
other.
speaking to each other." And
They're
it was
the
like that.
worst,
We're all like,
yeah, or like the worst first
Did
awkward
anybody
dates
try to
ever.
talk
oh.
by accident?
Yeah, people did. Like, and we would, the first day I had the giggles. I was like cracking up laughing because all I could picture was like, camera pans across this because it's cafeteria style. It's a cafeteria, camera panning across this silent cafeteria, and all of a sudden somebody rips one, and it's still silent until the smell hits, and then everybody's like, "What the hell?" So that's all I could think of. But
she was literally sitting there laughing hysterically to herself, and I'm like, "What am I missing?"
she's lost her
It's all in
mind.
your head.
But the second day, yeah, really. The second day, there were a couple women at a table in the back, and they're talking, and they're kind of getting loud. Me and Noelle are like, they're not supposed to be talking. Like, we were actually getting like, oh, please observe the silence,
What about that lady in the last class that we were in? So you're not supposed to have your phones with you at all.
Oh, we were losing our shit on this woman.
So,
oh my God.
So we're sitting there getting ready for this class, and this woman, she's an older woman. I'd say she's probably early 60s. She's got her phone out in the class, like doing this. And I looked at you, I'm like, I
And the
thought
whole
we were
thing is
supposed to have our phones.
you're supposed to be unplugged.
Disconnected, right.
We left our phones in our rooms. We could check our phones when we got back to the room, but otherwise we didn't take our phones with us anywhere. But this woman
Right.
was like right there texting, and her phone goes off in the middle of class. And
Yeah.
we were like
Ringing.
indignant.
Who does
Oh yeah.
that?
Yeah. I
She
mean,
was a
even
douche.
any yoga class or anything that you do,
Anything
just
you do
common
like that, who
courtesy, you
does
turn the
that?
ringer off. Yeah.
Right. I hate people that do that. My father.
Oh, it was awful. But no, it was a great experience. I loved it. So, kind of what I've taken from it is this whole thing of appreciating where my food comes from. So, now that's been what, a week and a half now. Um, I'm not going plant based completely, but I am doing the majority of my food has been plant based. And I'm really enjoying it. So, it
It's
is a
excellent.
little, it's more prep, but oh my gosh, I'm enjoying it so far, which is good.
Good. That's awesome.
So I think that has a lot to do with my weight loss, and then what I've done too is I've continued 10 minutes of yoga and 10 minutes of meditation. I'm trying to do it every day, but it's been working out to like almost every other day before work, and it's so easy and it's so nice, and I'm so enjoying it. So thank you, Julie, for introducing me to that. It was really cool.
Yeah,
I liked it.
it really was. I've been trying to do the same, and I think I'm on like kind of the same schedule as you. I'm trying to do at least 10 to 15 minutes of meditation. And meditation, for anybody who hasn't done it, it's not like, you have to sit and say or all of that.
No, you
You
just
can
like deep
go on
breathing and stuff.
YouTube. Yeah, it's just deep breathing. You can go on YouTube and pull up somebody who
Yeah.
like
Google it and
talks you
stuff.
through meditation. And
Yeah.
you really, I mean, you do deep breathing, you just really feel so much better. And yoga, same thing. Like I've been trying to do a little bit of light yoga, and it's motivating me to get back into a more of a routine of exercise too. So
When
it's
I
good.
was
Yeah.
going through my massive bout of like anxiety, depression, I was meditating, trying to meditate, just like deep breathing, trying to get
Hmm.
myself back to, where I needed to be. And it definitely helped, but my anxiety was bad. So,
Yeah. So I found on YouTube, there's so many different 10-minute meditations, and it
Yep.
can be specifically for anxiety. It can be
yeah,
for relaxation. It can be for whatever. There's so
For
many
sleep.
different things. And I'm like, wow, I know that that's always been a resource, but it's been great. I've been doing yoga for seniors, just so I
nice.
can
Yeah.
get my flexibility back. Yeah, and it's been great. I bought a couple of the blocks, and I'm like, all right, I'm loving it so far. So
Good. That's
we'll
awesome.
see.
I'm glad to hear
Yeah.
that. I'm glad I missed it.
I
Well,
wish
we were
you were
saying if we
there.
go again, we wouldn't stay overnight. You could do a day pass at this a place that we will not mention. You can do a day pass there. So we were saying maybe we would stay somewhere a little more upscale in the area and
So we could
do a day
drink and have a
there and do
TV.
something else. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, some of
We'll
it you
see.
were, but like there were times when Julie and I would look at each other and go,
Like, oh, she'd hate
Diana
this.
would not do this.
That's so
But it was
funny.
great. Yeah,
Yeah.
it
And we
was
had
fun to
fun.
see how
We had fun
people
together.
do
So
it.
We
it was
took a
way
drive
different
around.
than my weekend that I had.
Yeah, I want to hear all about that.
We had a good time actually. I had a blast. The weather was like friggin' 80 degrees. We were on the beach Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I went in the ocean. Um,
You never
the
do that. It must have
scariest
been
things.
really warm.
It was awesome, and it was really hot. Like Saturday might have been the hottest day I think there. Sunday was a little chilly. And there were dead jellyfish that were washing up, and that kind of like freaked me out a little. So,
But they were
but
dead.
so they were dead, and I just wasn't sure if they could still sting you, but I don't think they could. So I don't know.
Do they
But
know why?
anyways,
Do they know why the
I think
jellyfish were washing up?
no one said anything, but I think there might have been a storm out to sea, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That
okay.
makes
Because
sense.
each day there were jellyfish. The first day there were like 2. The second day, no, I don't think we saw any on Saturday, but on Sunday, the where the high tide comes up, every like so many feet there was a friggin' jellyfish. It was crazy. There were at least like 12 in a row. So I don't know
Wow.
what happened. It was weird. But
That so
I still went
reminds
in
me
the
of,
ocean.
so quite a few years ago when Dave and I went down to Long Beach Island, we happened to be during the like jellyfish mating season or something, or when they have
Oh,
their babies. The ocean was like it had Orbeez in it. You
yeah.
couldn't see them. Like when you're walking through them, you're like, what is this? I swear to God, they were in every single crevice of my body from being in the ocean.
Seriously.
It was so disgusting. And it was like that the whole time we were there. I only went in the water once and I was like, nope. And they were
Yeah,
only
I
like
don't think
that
I would
big.
have went in again.
I didn't know they were there because they're translucent. So you
Yeah.
don't
It was
know. And
so
then we
cool
were
because
like, what is this?
you could see right through them, and they had 4 red rings in the middle of them. But they were hard as
Oh,
a
Ooh.
rock.
wow.
Yeah, they were really cool.
Oh,
I don't have a picture of them. But so
yeah. I'm
Friday
surprised
night
you
we went
even.
out. It was a lot of fun. We went bar hopping Friday. We went to a dueling piano bar. We had such a good time, but I didn't drink a ton because, I'm on that shot. So we went to, so Friday night we did the bar hopping, we did the piano bar, um, dueling piano bar, which was so much fun. Casey had a great time. She got so wasted.
Okay.
She did like 10 shots. Everybody kept buying her shots. Like,
Oh
I don't know how
boy.
she didn't puke, but she didn't. And then they kept giving her, when we got back, they gave her liquid IV. Not
Yeah.
in the, not, not, so when I say liquid IV, she didn't get an
It's a drink.
IV. Yeah, yeah, it's powder
Yeah.
you put in a drink. They gave her a couple of those so she'd be good the next day. We all got up. We went to the beach on Saturday. And then we had a booze cruise that night,
Oh,
which
cool.
was so much fun. So much fun.
Yeah,
That was
I
my
actually
first
sent
ever
me a
booze
couple.
cruise, by the way.
What?
That was my first ever booze cruise at 55.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, now we know what we need to do.
Yeah, so
We need
that
to
was
go on a
fun. We
booze
had a good
cruise.
time, and that was in a place called Merle's Inlet. So they took us through like the marshy area, and just mega houses. It was just absolutely beautiful. And
Wow.
it was a full moon, and it was that big super giant moon off on the ocean.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah, so it
cool.
was really, really pretty. And then we went to karaoke every night, which was hysterical. Um
Did you sing?
no. No, me and
Any
Maureen did not sing. We watched. It was such fun people watching. There was some real characters there.
Oh, I bet.
Um and in the South as well, everybody moves at a slower pace, as than us, and um but it was that was a lot of fun. And then on Sunday we did the beach and we did bars, and we just had a good time. Oh, Sunday we came home. What did we do Sunday? But we watched a Hallmark movie. Oh, we went to dinner, and then we came back. Me, Maureen, and Amy were in bed, and we watched a Hallmark movie. It was fun.
It's your kind of,
And that
you
ties
know,
into my obsession, by the way.
What is?
Hallmark
Hallmark
movies.
Christmas movies.
I just watched the one the other day, Saturday or Sunday. I can't remember. I had it on the TV, and I was up doing stuff, and then Dave and the kids came and they sat down, and I was like, no one's gonna say anything. We're like, no, we're afraid. Because I'm starting to watch them. And I'm like, but you're watching them. They're like, no, we're not.
They're
I
so
I was watching
good.
the Twilight movies over again.
Oh,
Oh,
I
I was
like
on the
those
third one.
movies.
Honestly, and going back, I love them. So I'm
Me
sitting down,
too.
and Tim kind of walked through. My son Tim walked through, kind of like, "Oh, geez, you're watching this," and then I started laughing at like one scene where Bella, when she realizes she's pregnant and she gets morning sickness, and she throws up, and it's the chunkiest vomit, and I'm like,
They showed
Tim,
it.
you gotta see this. You didn't see it, you heard it. It was plop, 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 plop. I was like, oh my God, what did she eat? So Tim comes in to see it because
so
I rewound it.
gross.
And he ended up sitting through the whole movie, sat through the next movie. We ended up watching
No,
like all
honestly,
the
I
movies
love those.
together.
Those are my favorite
I
movies. Love them.
love them. So
Me
good.
too. Why do you hate them so
So
much?
fun.
I think it's maybe the Kristen Stewart thing.
Yeah, I don't like
But you
her.
know what? But you know what? You can't see anybody else. It and Tim said the same thing. I can't see anybody else playing those roles. Like
I agree.
I heard Josh Peck auditioned for Edward Cullen. I'm like, no, no,
Never
nobody
would
other
that
than
have
Robert
worked.
Pattinson. Yeah,
Never would
and
that have
even
worked.
Kristen. Stewart, I mean, you may love or hate her, but nobody else could be Bella. I mean, come on,
And then, so getting back to South Carolina, I definitely know that's where I want to end up when I'm ready to retire.
Is
I
it?
just love it down there. And the worst thing that happened to me down there, I'm so pissed at myself, is I forgot my lip stuff on Friday, the first day we went to the beach. And guess what I got?
You got a big
Blisters.
blister somewhere.
Oh,
It's not too big though. But yeah, I
do
got
you
a
have like
sun
a sun
blister.
allergy or something, or was it just
No,
that
I think because
strong?
I get it. I've gotten it every year, so I think I just
Uh,
fucked up my lips so bad that now it comes all the time. Unless I
Yeah,
have
she's
my
oh,
got
lip
some
stuff
special
on.
things some special
The
stuff that she
special
puts on it that
applicator.
yeah. But it works. She doesn't if she uses that, she doesn't get the
Well, see, and
herpes.
that's
So
my thing. I have that I have that lip stuff that Chrissy gave me that works great, but I just
yeah,
happen to forget it. So,
uh,
but
well, because
yeah,
summer's over and you're just not thinking about it,
I was
so
right.
did your
I
husband
didn't think it'd be that bad. But we did have mimosas
think
on the
you were doing
beach.
something down there?
Huh?
Did Jim think you were doing something down there to come home
Yeah,
with the
no.
herpes?
No. He knows. He knows. But we had mimosas on the beach, but I had mine minus the OJ. I just had straight Prosecco. I mean, I did
Nice.
drink. I had a blast. We had a good time. I
That's
think I
good.
did a
Good.
shot one night. Yeah, but I
I
mean,
was
I
just because
didn't
I
get.
wasn't sure. Yeah, I wasn't sure how your anxiety was going to be with being away from home, but at least you were with Amy and Maureen, so
Yeah,
you were
I was a
okay.
little nervous about that because you know me, and I even said it to them. I go, when I travel without Jim, I don't know why, but I just get massive anxiety. Like I freak out like something's gonna happen. And I didn't sleep the first night or the second night just because that's me and my anxiety. And I took gummies. I took
oh,
gummies like
good.
when I finally couldn't sleep on Saturday night. I was like, it was um like 4 or 5 in the morning. I'm like, fuck this. Opened it up, took one, and I slept till like 8 or 9. And then I did the same thing Saturday night. Took it before
Good.
bed. So
Hey, if that
Excellent.
works for you. No, that's
yeah.
good. That's
And Sunday, I did it. I think I did it Saturday night and Sunday night. So,
Cool.
nice.
but yeah, we had a great time. Casey's gonna make a beautiful bride. Her friends were super nice. I love them all. I wish I could set Jason up with one of them, but she's too old. She's 26. She doesn't want a younger man at 21. Sarah,
So you
Can't
Casey
make a
assisted
difference.
us, the gift bags to the planning of everything. It turned out to be perfect. So
That's
we had a
awesome.
great
great.
time.
That's
It's a
good.
lot of
A lot of
fun.
good times. Yeah.
Bachelorette parties. I mean, it's like weddings compared to when we got
I
married, and
don't know
bachelorette
when they
parties
got
compared
so
to
out of
ours.
hand.
Wow. Everything is so, everybody does a trip. It's always a trip. It's always, yeah, it's just the
And then they got to
expense. My
decorate.
God.
Then you got to bring the gift bags. I don't know
Yeah.
when it got so crazy. I blame the
My bachelorette,
Kardashians.
we went to Kowloon and saw a comedy show. That's it.
My bachelorette, you guys remember we went to Prince House, Prince Pizza
Yeah. Saw
for the
comedians.
Eagles
Yeah.
show, and then we went to karaoke at Waylu's.
That's
Yes.
right. And then Chrissy and
Yeah.
Andrea, we did together, and we went into
Yep.
Boston, and we rented the bus, and it was a
The
school
school
bus.
bus.
We had a school bus.
Oh
The
That
my
was
school
God,
fun.
bus.
I remember that.
Because there
I
was
have the
so
video
many of us.
somewhere. I always have the
Yeah.
video. I always have the proof. Because I was pregnant,
God,
I couldn't
I
drink,
want
so
to
I
see
was
that.
taking video.
That's why you remember everything. So now
That's
it's
awesome.
time for our unaging gracefully. Diana, do you have any kinds of things that are ailing you at this moment?
Yeah, my whole body just aches and pains. I was sick after Billy's wedding. You guys all heard me.
Right.
And then I got better, and then I got sick again. And I think it was, you
Yep.
know why I think I did? Because I wasn't fully 100%, and I had to get my flu shot at work. And so
Oh, maybe.
I think that's what happened.
Yeah,
I
That
don't
could
would
be.
know.
make a lot of sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they say you shouldn't get it if you're not feeling well.
I know, but I
Yeah.
was feeling
Because
better.
your
I
immune
thought I was
system's
fine,
down.
but I guess maybe I wasn't.
Yeah. So I noticed that in the fall, my hair tends to grow very quickly. I think it's my body getting ready for the winter.
You're
It's
shedding.
You're
trying
adding your
to
second
protect
coat.
itself.
You're adding your hair coat.
Exactly. So my
You're like a
whiskers, oh my,
stop.
they're awful. I'll be sitting at work and I'll be like, what the hell is that? It's so bad and so quick. I'm like, I have to carry tweezers with me now. It's awful, awful, awful. I don't understand it, but it's just at this time of year, in the last couple of years, it's like, what has happened? I don't understand.
Do you do dermaplaning?
I know about it.
I do
I
it.
texted Diana one night and I said, hey, I just shaved my cheeks. And I was like, I don't mean my ass cheeks, I mean my face. So I did that for a little while.
I love it. I do it pretty regularly. I have like the twinkle eyebrow razor,
Yeah.
and I do it, and it takes like that fine white hair, but it also is an exfoliating. You have to be really careful. You have to make sure you clean your face afterwards because you basically made little cuts in your face. But
Sure.
makeup goes on more smoothly, your skin feels more smooth, and it gets rid of that like over your lip and on your
These are
chin.
like wiry things. They're not
Oh,
just like
really?
hands.
Oh,
Oh, like
I
the
don't know what the
black
hell that is
hair
then.
that comes out. Like
Yes. Telling you, if I
I
fix
have
my
those. I have one here, and
You
I
look like
have
a
one
catfish.
here.
it's not just me. But yeah,
No, I
I feel
hate
like
it.
they're
I
getting
hate it.
worse.
I bought
Yeah,
this
they're
Now
getting
you
little
just
worse.
made
razor
me super
thing, though.
self-conscious.
Did I tell you
What?
about it? It's
What?
like this big,
Oh yeah, the
right?
little gold thing.
It's rose gold.
Julie, it's not a vibrator.
No.
Oh, I've seen it. I mean, I've seen them.
Yeah,
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 I
and
know
then you
what it
just
is.
do zzz, and
Yeah,
it just gets rid
It's
of
the
all your
same.
it's
hair.
the same.
Yeah.
That's
It's
where
the
she got
same
the
idea.
herpes from.
No, not on my lip. I don't shave my lips.
She was shaving her bikini area, and then
Yeah.
I don't do that anymore. Do either of you do that anymore?
No.
bikini. Yeah, because I go in
You
my
do?
pool and I go in the hot tub.
That's what a
Yeah,
skirt is
not a
for.
Brazilian or
No,
anything,
but
but
that's when you wear a bathing suit that's a skirt, so you don't have to shave. It's
Right.
serious.
It hides the muff.
It
has
hides
have
the spiders.
The merkin, the
Oh my
spider.
God. We're that age. We're wearing skirt bathing suits. Really?
Yes,
Yeah, I
yes.
always
Really?
wear the skirt. Always.
Oh God.
I'm
Have you
I
done
don't.
going
waxing?
somewhere.
Have you ever had your bikini waxed? Have you had your
Yeah, I
legs
used to
waxed?
do that all the time back in the day.
I've never, I mean, I've done waxing for like eyebrows and stuff, but I've never done. Is
I
it really
did bikini
painful?
wax for the longest time when I cared about myself.
Did I ever tell you the time I did it to myself?
Yes, you did.
Was
Julie,
it
did I
painful?
ever tell you?
No.
So,
Oh, you didn't do the bikini. You did your own Brazilian.
yeah, so it was Dave and I were going away for the very first time. Okay, this was going to be our first time. So I heated up the wax and I did one side and I did it great and it was awesome. And then the other side, I was so like, hey, I did a great job. I forgot to pull. You know, you got to pull. So I just pulled the wax.
Oh.
Because I didn't pull the skin taut, all of the layers of skin kind of went like that.
Noelle, that's
Oh.
awful.
Wait.
And you're
And
not
it
supposed to have sex for like 24 hours.
and it
Just
instantly filled up with blood
I
like
didn't
a
know that.
blood blister.
Oh my God.
So now
You gave yourself a
the wax
hematoma.
is on there and I can't get it off because it's so painful.
I'm
Oh.
sorry.
And then I was afraid to sit down that I would like glue my labia together. So I kind of walked around, like this, and I stood in the tub in the shower, and I just put hot water on it, and eventually it came off. It took a really
Wouldn't
long time.
cold water work
So,
better? Wouldn't
so
cold
now,
water?
fast forward to 2 days later, and we're getting intimate, and I have to tell Dave what I did. And I'm like, you need to understand that is not a testicle. That is, I'm like, this is what
This
I did
isn't
to
how I
my,
normally look.
yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, it was awful. Awful. And eventually it healed, but it took a really long
You're
time.
lucky you
So
didn't have to
I
Wow.
go to
will
the hospital.
never do that again.
Yeah.
Imagine explaining that at a
No.
Oh,
hospital.
they've probably seen it a million times.
Oh, we've seen a
I'm
million. We see
sure
a
they have
lot of
seen
things.
way worse than that.
Right.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
definitely see things that are way worse.
Oh, yeah.
But
And
I'm
it's
just
not like
saying,
it's like,
imagine going in there and being like, yeah, I have this really big bubble down there.
what do I do?
Yeah, that's a
Everybody
public
needs to
service
know,
announcement.
don't wax yourself. Save it for the
Yep,
professionals.
Pay someone.
absolutely.
Hey, it's worth it.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm
All right.
like friggin' I'm so fixated on this topic of Helen Keller because it's all over TikTok. And I'm not saying she wasn't real. I'm just saying I don't understand how she learned to do the things she did. Okay? And I get you say the teacher taught her, but I'm trying to figure out the girl can't see or hear, so how can they teach her? Tell me.
Okay.
I can't
So,
grasp that.
so there's a movie called The Miracle Worker that
I
explains
think
the
they
whole
made
thing.
that shit up.
No.
No, but I think they
So
made
it's
that
based on a true story, but the
right
Perkins School for the Blind,
based.
which is just outside of Boston, still
Yep.
teaches the same method because they have students there that are blind and deaf. So, and they teach them how to communicate. They use a certain method. I think I'll have to look it up. I think it's called the
It's
uh,
Tadoma, I think is how
Tadoma
you.
method.
Yeah.
Yeah, where it's a combination of um, vibration and
Yep.
feeling the mouth and feeling like the way that they make sounds. But they also they teach sign language, but using their hands, like so that they kind of feel the shape, whatever shapes they're making with their hand. And then they are able to communicate. They're able to start communicating back. And Helen Keller got to a point where she could communicate and basically dictate, and someone, transcribed what she was saying. So she was able to
I think the
communicate.
teacher did all her work for her. and she gave
No.
Helen the credit. I'm telling you,
Oh,
there's no fucking way she could write a book.
she
But there are
could.
people that live today that do it. There are people that live today that are
Yeah, but that's
blind and
today
deaf
and
and
a different
communicating, and
time. You know what I mean? Like, I
but
don't
they're using the
know.
same method. That's the thing. They're using the same method to teach these people.
I know
I
she's so
feel
crazy
that
over this.
I feel like it's so far fetched that they could teach her how to read and read and write. I just find that mind boggling. You know what I
Well,
mean? Like,
reading, it's
how
Braille. They taught her Braille.
Put it this way, right? Let's just take, for instance, an apple, right? Now, she would have eaten an apple,
stop
and
with the
the
apple.
teacher would have signed to her, apple. And then she would have had her eat it. And then after a few times, she would have associated, okay, that's an apple. So she learns that word. And then she takes that and she shows her Braille, teaches her with her finger. Okay, this is apple. That
Yeah, but she
this.
can't
You
say
know now
apple
this
to
is
her.
apple. You don't
I
have to
don't
say
You
know.
don't
it.
have to
She
say
knows
the
what it's like
word.
to eat it. If she's
He can
eating
hand
it,
her an apple, and then she can kind of show her how to, sign
How
the
does she
word
show her,
for
Julie?
apple.
Tell me how she shows her.
she could have told
All
her
right. I'm a little rusty on my ASL, but then I got to remember, PPLE. If you do that in someone's hand, they can feel the shape that you're making under there. So if Annie, the teacher, and this is Helen's hand, and she's doing this, she's like APPLE, and Annie can feel the shape that she's making, and she starts to learn that that's how you spell, like, that is equal to an apple. So now she knows, if I want an apple, I have to go. I mean, my 2-year-old niece knows to say more and all done. She's learning sign
I know
language.
my grandkids do too, milk and all that, but they can see and hear.
right, so they just learn it differently.
Yeah, it's just a different way of learning. She didn't live so long ago that she wasn't videotaped. She did it. There are videos of her communicating.
I mean, it could be made up.
She feels
I can't see. Oh, she could talk a little.
Yeah, she was 19 months old when she lost her
Well, I know when
sight
she
and her
lost her
hearing.
sight and hearing. Yeah.
She became sick or something.
Yeah, she got some kind of virus.
See? There's a lot of things that can be done.
And I I think there's nothing wrong with bringing this up and sharing it, because I think this actually raises something important about people that have disabilities and what they can do. There's kind of an assumption, and it's called ableism. There's an assumption that people who have disabilities like that, especially if they are, have multiple disabilities, that maybe they aren't able to have a full life. And she's an example of somebody who was. And like Noelle said, there are people today who are deaf and blind and have
Well,
used
I
the
mean,
exact
I
same
get that
method to
today's
learn.
day because our technology is like crazy, right?
But
But
it's
back
not
in
even
the
technology.
1800s, like I feel like it was really difficult for her to do the things she did, and maybe they just made her a poster child
But what?
for
Who?
that.
Who made her a poster child? Like who?
They did.
What would they?
Them.
Who's
You know,
they?
those people.
They didn't have anything else
They.
to do. They didn't have TV. They didn't have computers. They had nothing. So that's all they did all damn day long.
I was wondering if she wasn't like fully blind or if she was just legally blind. That was my other
No, she was
thing.
fully blind. She was fully
She
blind,
was.
fully deaf. There actually was a story. This professor got into a lot of trouble because they were doing a Zoom class, and one of his students is hearing impaired. So she couldn't hear the lecture, and she had an interpreter with her. So she would have to turn to the interpreter, who would sign what the instructor was saying.
But
The instructor starts ripping the girl apart, saying, "You're not paying attention." And she's saying, "I'm hearing impaired. I'm turning to my translator, my interpreter who's interpreting, and he's like, yeah, right. Well, yeah, you're just not paying attention. And even the other people in the class were like, you're being an ass right now. And everybody's like, what is your problem? Like, he just could not accept the fact that her translator was sitting there and, interpreting for her.
Yeah, I'm just saying, maybe some stuff is a little white lies or stretched a little. I don't know. Watch TikTok is all I'm saying. Helen Keller didn't
No
do
thanks.
it all.
I'd rather go on the Perkins School for the Blind website and read their story. I give her the credit. I think to be able to learn to communicate and have a fulfilled life and, advocate
I
for
watched The
people.
Miracle Worker. I believe it.
It was a movie.
A movie about her.
Based on her true story. Based. It says some of these actions have been exaggerated. I'm just kidding.
It does not.
I'm just kidding.
Based on a true story.
It's something, it's just something interesting to think about. That's all.
There's nothing wrong with challenging it and understanding it, because then you learn more about, like, how did they do it? How did Annie Sullivan teach her?
You know what we'll do? We'll
field trip.
Earplugs in you and take away your glasses.
No, we'll do that to you, and we're going to see if you can learn A, apple, A. That's what you did to me. I'm going to teach you that. And we'll see if you fucking know what an apple is.
Do you know what I'm saying? Rather than focusing your research on things that support that opinion, look at some of the videos of her. Look at the videos. There's lots of videos of her. You could see her communicating and, and she is blind and she is deaf, but she learned to communicate, and through communicating and, writing and reading Braille.
Well, at least I think she exists. The people on TikTok don't even think she exists.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't know why they think that.
I don't get it.
Tidbit.
So, this is awful, but we're having trouble remembering stuff that we did or things that we've said. So we're not sure if we told this story. So if we did, we're sorry. But one of my sleepovers at Diana's house, her room was on the second floor. It was like an attic that was made into bedrooms. And we were up really late one night. I don't know why we had to turn a light on. Do you remember why we had to turn the light on?
So we could see?
Anyways.
No, so we had...
Nice segue from our last story.
No, I think we just had it on because we're like, we must have been doing something with the radio or maybe the phone or
playing cards or something. I don't know.
Oh, maybe we were playing Spit.
We might have been playing Spit. That was a game, a card
Noelle
game that
cheated
neither of us can remember how to play now, but we used to play it all the time. And Diana's room was right next to her brother's room.
And there were no doors on the room.
Yeah. So we didn't want the light to be too bright because we didn't want to wake him up. So
because he's
Diana
grumpy.
took a shirt out of the... Huh?
I said because he's grumpy.
So Diana took a shirt out of the laundry and put it over the light. And we're sitting there. I think we were playing cards. Yeah. And we're like, what's that smell?
I'm like, my mother must be up. I go, my parents must be awake. I smell toast.
Yeah, I smell toast. Right? And we're
like, oh, my mom must be making toast. So let's preface this. Wait a minute. Let's go back a minute. The shirt that I pulled out of the hamper was like his brand new Izod shirt my mom just bought him. It was beige.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And so she just threw that over the light, and like I said, we're smelling toast. And then we realize we see a little smoke. And we're like, what the hell? And she picks up the shirt, and there's a burn mark.
It's a big circle.
No.
It's a big circle on my fucking brother's brand new shirt. I was like, oh my God, we're fucking dead. We're dead.
Yeah,
I'm going to be in
no.
so much
Dad, I
trouble.
don't live here. Yeah. So
I'm dead, I said. I'm dead.
she put it in the very bottom of the hamper. You should have. Why didn't you throw it away? At
I
least that
can't
wouldn't
believe
have
I
had
put
any
it back in there. I
evidence.
did bury it. I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, we
I
should
was
have
thinking
thrown it
maybe he'd
away
get in trouble for it.
for burning his own shirt. I don't even know what happened. What happened?
I
when
got
they
in
found
trouble.
it? Did you?
I got in trouble. I did.
He must have
I
been
don't know
so
why I
mad.
put it back in there. That's a good question. Like, why would I put it back in there? Why wouldn't I just like fucking make you take it home? Hide it in your bag.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Hide
what? That
it.
was so stupid. That was
Right.
the
It's
dumbest
not
thing
like
I
the
could have
wine
done.
bottles that would have made noises walking out the door.
Right? You know what I mean? It's like,
And why'd you use his shirt, not one of your own?
She just the first thing she grabbed.
Oh my God. That's so funny.
I was like, oh, I'll
Yeah.
just throw this
Oh,
on it.
he
I
must
was
have
thinking,
been so pissed off.
I'm pretty sure I didn't come to your house for 2 weeks because I was afraid to.
yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't think I got
Oh,
grounded
that's
though.
funny.
I think I got yelled
Hey,
at.
the story didn't include alcohol.
Right?
It didn't. This was
Yeah,
before
the
we
story
drank.
with no alcohol.
Yes.
Woo. No, your beach story with Chris didn't include alcohol either.
No,
that's
right.
right. That's right.
Right. We were probably about the same age because we were young.
Yeah.
I'm just real happy we have a whole bunch of people that subscribe and love us, and hopefully we can continue this. You know what I mean? I love doing it.
I do too.
And
if
I love
anybody
listening
has
to it.
content that they want us to talk about, just email us. And now, wait
Yeah,
a
we'd be
minute,
willing to.
we're on TikTok. Woo.
Yeah,
Yes.
big announcement. We're on TikTok
Yeah.
now. So, and
Julie
we'll
set us
do
all
more live content.
So
More
what
posts,
do we
more video
Life's
content.
Journey? What's our
Life's Journey
TikTok?
BFF, just like all the other. Yep. Same.
Okay.
Life's
Okay.
Journey BFF.
Why
Just
you
like
Just
all
like
the
all
other
the
ones,
other.
Diana.
Just like all the other socials.
We can't seem to remember that.
Remember we were giving out the wrong email?
Yeah.
Yes.
We
Like the
were.
first 3 episodes.
We were like, it's
That's
life's.
awful.
No, what
I
were
have to
we
go
calling
back
it?
and clean up the old ones.
Oh my God! I'm like, we're giving out.
You will
and then one day
email us at info@Life's Journey BFF or something like that.
I don't know, but then we were like, wait a minute, I think that's the wrong email. And then we write it down.
That's so funny.
I got a poll or something I want to put up. I want to know when people put up their Christmas decorations. Do they wait till after Thanksgiving, or do they put after Halloween? Like, I'd love to know that, because that's a huge debate right now.
Yeah.
Great week.
And we'll
see you
talk
next
to you
week.
next week. All right. See you
Bye.
guys.
You've been listening to Life's Journey with Best Friends. For details on any of the things we've mentioned in the podcast, including photos, visit our website lifesjourneybff.com. You can also email us at lifesjourneybff@gmail.com or visit us on Facebook, Instagram, or Threads.
Remember, no matter where life takes you, you are never alone when you have a best friend by your side. Until next time.